and try and figure out, I guess. Oh my god, wow. Why did that close my thing? Weird. Alright. I'm just gonna make sure that that's also okay. Yeah, okay. It just takes a while to come through. That's fine. What is the time?
Oh, going live soon, huh?
Yeah, apparently 33 seconds. I just put a timer on.
Nice.
I was like, oh, okay. I gave myself a lot of time to work with this. Great. Let's jump in with that. That should be okay though. I mean, ultimately, as I said, it's a small time thing. We're just working our way up. Eventually, I'll have like a proper stream deck and everything like that to make it easier to switch between scenes and stuff. And also, like, potentially organize myself so I have like a secondary. Well, I have a secondary computer. Like, I've got a laptop, but like, I haven't hooked it up because I don't have a capture card. Which would be really good, because then I could, like, use all the gameplay on one and then, like, get everything else on the other.
Yeah, less stress.
Yeah, definitely. Anyway, we are starting... I'm just going to post it on Facebook.
Show. Stream with GMCO-gabe about Feng.
How to play Feng. Oop. I can't even spell Feng. Oh, man. Oh, good times. Alrighty. Excellent. That's up and running now. Great. So, this is going to be episode 2 of Tekken at Higher with, we've got Reck here on the stream, as you can see down on the bottom, down there. And he's going to be teaching us how to play Feng today. We're actually going to go through, learn some of Feng's best moves, some of his, I guess, not so great moves, and obviously have a review of some of the best players in the world, their Feng and stuff like that. So, without further ado, welcome Reck. Thank you very much for joining me this evening on the game. I appreciate your time, and hopefully you have a good time talking about Feng.
Thanks for having me on here, Gab. Yeah, no, it's always good getting to play Tekken and learn Feng, the best character in the game. So,
oh mate, I don't know. A lot of people will have disagreements about that, but
I put him top 10, probably 7th, close to about there. Yeah, Feng is really good in this game.
Feng, I'll agree with that. Feng is quite good in this game, but I wouldn't say he's the best character. I mean,
he's definitely the most fun.
Yeah.
For me, this character is really fun.
Yeah, no, I know that you've been playing Feng for a fair while. You've gotten quite good over the years, so obviously it's one of those things where once you get an affiliation with your character, you start to just really enjoy playing them regardless of how often you play them or whatever. You always just go back to this character and have a good time. So,
yeah, for sure.
Yeah, so in the background we have a Battle Cat Bunker playing the tournament.
Bunker. Yep, so we've got a tournament running right now.
Yeah, shout outs to Battlecat for allowing us to use their computer this evening. We'll be going ahead and getting it on. So let's just make sure that this is ready to go. I'm just going to quickly make sure everything is up and running. That's all good. And I'll also post in the Discord as well. But so that at least that way people will remember that it's on, because there have been times where you'll stream and like it won't come on, and people will just be like, "Oh, true, nothing's happening." But I mean, if people,
this goes.
Nah, cool. It looks like looks like 2 people have posted into the. No, you've posted in the Discord.
I did, yes.
BD has posted in the Discord, but that was like 1:30 for the
after the tournament.
So. Which actually went pretty well. Did you end up having a chance to have a look at it?
I didn't see. No, I was driving here. So.
Yeah, no, it was actually quite good. Stuckles came first from South Australia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, it was quite good. Quite a strong showing actually. Had 16 people enter, register for it, but unfortunately, just some people couldn't make it at the time slot. So it went through. Oh, BABMP is in the chat at the moment. Thanks very much for tuning in. Appreciate it. Actually, before we move on, I'm actually going to add that to the stream as well. So we have chats. Here we go. Hello, Andrew and Joy. Thanks very much for tuning in. All right, cool. So let's actually talk about Feng this time because I've been yakking on about other stuff, and obviously we don't have too much time to go through it. So let's start off. Firstly, why should you play Feng, or who should play Feng? Because obviously you've been playing Feng for a while. So who do you think would be the best person to play Feng, or who do you think should pick up this particular character?
I think Feng is good for people who always like to have an option in every situation. He's perfect for that. He kind of there's no situation for Feng that's necessarily really bad. It's always a mind game behind it, and because of that reason, frames are not as important with Feng compared to a lot of other characters.
Right.
Also, Feng is he's got really strong wall game and 50-50 mix-ups, and like it's really scary. And he's got the best low pokes and high evasion in the game, I think, hands down. I think anyone can come close to how good Feng's lows and crushing is. It's really good.
No, I do know that playing against a lot of Fangs, obviously, it does get pretty intense sometimes, being able to actually have that ongoing.
You can never touch him. He's always evading, and it's really good, especially if you like to make reads. You're a player that likes to make reads. It's perfect.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, well, I guess, I mean, obviously you mentioned that he's got a lot of good low pokes, but what I want to do is actually go through some of his moves. Give me a sec, my game's just frozen on the actual stream for a moment, so let me bring that up. This is what happened last time, but it wasn't necessarily as bad as this. Like, there was a situation where, like, it just completely froze, and I had to, like, shut down the stream for a sec, so this is actually going a little bit better than previous, but, we'll see. Yeah, I'm just watching. I might actually just quickly quit my game and reopen it.
No worries.
Yeah, we should be okay. But yeah, so I mean, we'll go through as I'm doing this, as I'm trying to set everything up on my side.
Yep.
Why don't you go through some of Feng's strengths, his weaknesses, and everything like that? Because obviously that's why we're here to sort of talk about, really.
Yeah. So in my opinion, Feng is the best range 0 character in the game. He has he's just the best tools for being up in your face and up and close. It's very scary when Feng's in your face. His wall damage is also which is really good. Or his open combos don't do that much damage, but he's got, I think, the best Oki after his combos. After forward 3-4 ender, the mind game there is super heavily in your favor.
Right.
It's really good. He shuts down stepping and movement very well with down back 3 and back 4. He's very oppressive and aggressive.
Yeah.
So it's like once Feng has momentum, it's really scary. It's like very difficult for the other character, and you can just kind of roll people with momentum. But if you play Feng defensively as well, he's also very good there because his keep out is insanely strong, and he just makes people afraid to press. It's really good. He's got back Kenpo stance, which I'll get into later, which is incredibly strong. It's really evasive, and yeah, his rage drive is actually I would consider one of the best in the game. I think it's the best splat sort of.
His rage drive is the shoulder tackle, right?
The charged shoulder. Yeah. So Leo and Paul have very similar ones, but I think Feng's is much better.
Yeah.
And I can go into that as well.
Yeah, we'll go into that a little bit later as well.
It's one of the best. It is one of the best. I think the weakness this Feng has is his range 1 to 2 it's mediocre. It's not great.
Yeah.
The fact that he has all these options and is good at making reads kind of makes Feng players, especially inexperienced ones, they always want to press a button, and that can get you killed a lot of the time if you're not careful.
Yeah.
So you have to be very kind of careful when you play Feng. Also, players with good defense will be sidestep left and fuzzying to beat a lot of your options, and getting around that is a bit difficult. His open combos don't do that much damage, and characters with good keep out are really annoying sometimes. Like Kazumi, just 1-1 is very frustrating to get around sometimes.
Right. Yeah.
But, yeah. Oh, and also his while standing punishment is very bad. I think it's very bad. It's terrible.
Okay, so what does he have? He has like while standing 4, while standing 1.
He's got while standing 4, which is 11 frames, and it's actually not that great on hit. But as a counter hit tool, it's really good. so it's not bad for 11 frame. His wall standing 1 is 14. He's got wall standing 1/2, which is natural, but it's only +1 on hit. It's also it's okay. The damage isn't great. The situation's pretty good, but it's average. And his wall standing 3 is 15, which
that's
is
that's the launch
good.
one, yeah.
That's the launch, the upkick launch. But the thing is, its hitbox is terrible. It's got a really bad hitbox. I can't launch punish Eddie back 1 into sweep. I can't launch punish Chloe sidestep 4. There's a lot of stuff that's launch punishable, but things
you can't
it just won't reach. Yeah.
Right. Okay.
And
So hitbox isn't fantastic, at least for his punishment game from the ground.
Not great.
But he's still quite a strong character, right? Like, obviously,
he's still very, very good.
Yeah. Well, I mean, while we're talking about it, obviously we're just kind of chilling in the game at the moment. How about we jump into the game? We'll demonstrate some of these moves, and because as I mentioned, obviously that's what we're going to be talking about today. But if we can sort of demonstrate them in action, not necessarily playing a game, but obviously if you have any setups or anything like that.
Yeah, I'll go through all the situations that you want to do with these best moves and the kind of mind games and conditioning behind a lot of them. Yeah. The thing about Feng is he's such a deep character. There are so many moves you can use, but I'll just go through the ones that I like to use and some that I think that are the best.
Yep.
And just we'll go from there.
Okay. Excellent. Cool. So hopefully, we'll go through a lot of this stuff and actually make sure that we're getting it on, and I guess demonstrating the strengths and demonstrating the weaknesses. Now, I'm the Feng with the white pants. Recked is the one with red. So going through some of these moves that you're talking about. So what moves would you like to highlight that you would say that are the best, I guess, in this situation?
Feng's jab strings are all extremely good. He's got 1-2, 1-3, 1-2-2 is hit confirmable, but it's a bit difficult, and 1-1. So when you're at range 0 and you're jabbing people, you're in their face, single jab, 1-2, 1-3.
Yep.
You want to be able, so you want to make people attack you after. That's basically your goal. You want to be at a small negative frame, and then you have all these options. You have back 1, you have down 2, you have back 4, down back 3. That's all very, very scary. It'll make people hesitate. So,
I mean,
good option is like, I was just gonna say a good like basic option is you condition someone with 1-3.
Yeah.
And they want to duck. If you keep using this, people kind of want to duck the second hit and while standing forward check you or something.
Yeah.
You've got 1-1.
Yep.
And 1-1 is a counter hit launcher. It's minus I think 11. But it's part of his 10 strings, so it also has a mind game behind it. So
what happens
1,
if...
2.
Okay, right.
So if I do 1-1-2 and you jab in between the jab and the 1-1, I get a combo still.
Great, so you full combo.
That's really strong. I get a full combo. Yeah.
So instead of me doing say you're doing 1-3 right the entire time, so I decided to duck afterwards and do a while standing 4. You could then I could try and while standing 4, like instant while standing 4. Then I get hit.
Just to kind of check and you get hit.
Yeah. Okay.
But also after conditioning with 1 jab, you can go like 1 jab blow, 1 jab blow, and then 1-1 when they try and interrupt you. So there's a lot behind it. So his single jab on this situation for you is terrifying. There's so much to be afraid of. You have back 1, back 4, down 2.
Right.
It's a really good situation.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll talk a bit about back 1. Oh,
okay. Yeah. No, go for it.
Back 1 is minus 9 to 10. So some characters will be punishing it, but I think at a certain range, it's safe on block on frames. Yeah, like that. And also the hitbox pulls you back a little bit. So if you block 1-3 and then try and double jab me after 1-3 on block.
Oh yeah, okay. So there's a tiny little move back.
Yeah, so it's got a little bit of evasion, and that the hitbox is quite good. Like it's like kind of like Steve back 1. So people do high evasion move.
Yep.
Sort of like pull down 4-2, which doesn't actually high crush, but kind of beats jabs.
Yeah.
Back 1's going to counter hit them every time, and it's good like that. The thing about it is it's really bad on whiff. So if I'm
like here.
Yeah. So you're going to be able to
do whatever.
Oh yeah, online is also a bit rough. Yeah. But,
yeah, of course.
The thing is, so in situations, so say I do 1-2 back 1, so try that on me. Like that. So you got people will be sidestep left duck. They watch for 1-2 down back 3 and 1-2 back 1.
So you said sidestep left and duck, right?
Sidestep left duck. So it's just a small fuzzy, and if they see it, they launch.
Ah,
Yeah,
that's actually really good.
Yeah. So this is that's kind of a little bit of Feng defense, but
nice.
like that.
Okay.
Yeah. So you can react to it. Same with down back 3. So it is. You have to be careful throwing it out. You can't be too liberal with it. A lot of people panic with this move. It's actually not that bad like that.
Yeah.
But it's actually a really strong move, and so frustrating to play against sometimes because like you'll do something and the little sway back he does when he does it like just counter hits you out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And you just think, oh my god, what the hell just happened?
Yeah, because I mean, it's really like tough. He's putting his hand up, like he's stopping the actual match, and it really does. Like,
yeah,
it stops you because you're trying to press buttons or whatever. You're trying to counter hit, and then he just hits you with a nice strong move that just knocks you down. You get a free back on +2 as well, right?
Yes, yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get shoulder. It's never ever worth it to use rage drive shoulder. By the way, when you do that, it's only 1 more damage.
Okay.
So yeah, just never do rage. Like,
does it actually cause any movement?
Splat.
It doesn't splat even. Okay.
No, it'll be the exact same. So yeah, don't use it in that situation.
All right, just confirming. Coop says, what side do you step when Feng jab checks you? You said it was left.
Left.
Yeah.
You want to step left.
Yeah. Okay. So Coop's 88. So step left, and then duck apparently, right?
Yeah. So step left and duck will lose to a few things. So it'll lose to down 4 3 +4.
Yeah.
Gets a free follow up. So if people see you doing that, they can get that. And back 4 as well. Back 4 is his 12 frame mid. It's practically homing. I've had it step before.
12 frame mid?
It's a 12 frame mid. That's basically.
Can you step it to the right?
You can't step it. The only time you step it is if you're off axis and then you step, it's steppable. Kind of like drag down 2. Right. So it's got the same kind of properties as drag down 2, except 12 frame mid. It's -9 on block. And the range it leaves you at on block is... I'll show you one more.
No, it's alright. You can just rematch anyway, so it's fine.
The range that it leaves you on block is not bad for Feng. So even though you're -9, the fact that it leaves you at range is good. You can continue your offense from there, and you can build from it. There's always mind games.
Okay. No, that's sick. So obviously it's one of those things where if you see that the opponent is being able to sidestep left and then duck, or knows to sidestep left and duck, you can just check them or stop them from doing that by simply just doing back 4 or down 4 3 +4, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, that's sick.
So these are options that you can use. Back 4 in general is a super good defensive tool.
I mean, it has been since like whenever Feng was introduced, right? Yeah, like
this move is ridiculously good. The range is pretty good. It's not amazing, but like it's just great for keep out. So you one jab back 4. People trying to step into move or do a low, or it's gonna keep them out, and you're gonna condition them to stop pressing anything. It's just really strong. One jab into back 4. Just playing defensively like that is actually very scary when that has a thing.
Okay.
Yeah. Next move I'll talk about is forward 3-4 and forward 3. So this is basically the best get up kick punish in the game. It's like, I'll look at the damage on this. It's ridiculous. And then we get more combo.
Man, that's nuts. Like, you said that's best get up kick.
The best get up kick punisher in the game.
Right. So all you need to do is just wait for.
Knock me down. Yeah. Now backdash and just with punish my get up kick. Like that. Yeah.
Wow. So it has a lot of range on it, actually. Yeah.
The range is incredibly good. It's quite linear. I think you can step it both ways. It has like a little bit of phantom tracking to it.
Yeah.
But it's like if you're at range 0 using this, it's gonna get stepped. But it's actually also great as a checking tool for 3 by itself. And you can check people's incoming timings. I like to do that a lot. And once you've conditioned people to, like, once you know when they're going to come in, you can start committing to the 4-3-4.
Yeah.
It's dangerous because it's launch punish for a block, and everyone's going to launch punish it for 2 hits. But it also doesn't jail. So 4-3 by itself is actually on block -3, which is still great for Feng. So you block this, I can go low.
Man, That's good. That's ridiculous.
I can back tempo, I can down back one, I can jab, I can back one. So when
You can
people
do a lot
start
of
testing
stuff.
after this on block, yeah. Also up for twos and all the great one. When people start contesting this on block, you let it rip, and it will. It really, really like it hurts. Even if you hit the second one by itself,
Just on
it
its
does
own,
a
yeah.
fair bit of damage. Yeah. So yeah, try it on me. Yeah, like that. Yeah. Dun, dun. Yep. And yeah,
Even
it's
even
really
that,
good.
like just without the first
Oh,
hit,
yeah.
still a
Feng's
huge amount of damage.
War game and war damage is great.
Yeah.
It's really good. It's some of them. I think it's the same as Jack's because their shoulder does the same damage. I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it's quite good.
Wow.
I'll talk about forward four now. This move is matchup specific in my opinion.
Okay.
It's great for people incoming. It's actually not bad against Feng. I like to come in while standing one. So if you have my timing while standing one, you can forward four keep me out. It is a high, so you can go under it. It's also great with punish. And you get a combo on reaction.
Okay.
And on block, also you can kind of mind game. So on block, I think if you shoulder me and I down back, it's going to be a punish. Oh wow, that's amazing. I love this move. Yeah. If I hold back, it will be blocked. So yeah, if you jab me and I hold back, yeah. So it'll punish if you jab me. Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's a punish.
Okay.
But there is minus. Some people can catch this on block as well. And people who are whiff punishing this is super difficult. Like try and whiff punish me while I throw it out.
Whiff punish, right?
Yeah. Yeah. You almost never reach him unless you have a read. You walk up duck and then dash into a long range launch. Basically it. Yeah.
Right.
You duck. So it's really hard to whiff punish.
Okay.
And the thing is, people are usually expecting this. So if they're out in the open and you expect them to try and come with punish you after, you can end the string forward 4-3.
True, because like obviously they come in, they might try and duck the forward
because they're trying to catch you running, like going back. They're going to do something slow.
Yeah.
And then you start hitting them with this, and that's big damage. He also has forward 4-4, but that is seeable. Well, it's on borderline seeable. It's definitely fuzzyable, but it's only minus 12.
That's not bad. Minus 12.
It's
Still
like,
pretty good.
Minus 12 or 13, I think. Yeah, but it's. I don't use it that much. I use forward 4-3 more.
Yeah.
What else has he got? Oh yeah. So and back turn from here is not bad. You can use jab. You can use this jab keep out. If this hits you, I get a
Free shoulder, right?
Yeah.
That's been in there
So
since
really
Tekken 6, I think, right?
Yeah.
Or Tekken Tag or something like that.
Tekken 6, you had to be a counter hit, which was really difficult.
Yeah.
But this game is as soon as you hit, it's yours. It's free damage.
Nice.
So
Okay.
that's really good. Yeah. I'll talk about back turn a little later.
Yeah. Okay.
Down forward 3. This is his safe mid launch. You can do it from snake dash.
So what's that? Down forward 3.
Down forward 3.
How do you?
This move is
okay. So how do you do it from snake dash? You just like
from snake dash. You just do quarter circle. So if you notice snake dash, quarter circle forward, up, quarter circle forward.
Yeah.
And then when you finish the last quarter circle forward, you just slide down to down forward 3.
Right. Okay.
So you give it a little bit of extra range. The problem with this move is if people are constantly backdashing, it's gonna whip.
Oh. Okay.
Always. So that's the problem. You have to condition move, or you can use it to people who want to sidestep right. So sidestep right after this, on blocks. Sorry.
Oh.
It's gonna catch there. And you
Man, that has like a really huge hitbox on its left. Yeah.
on its left, on its right, it's so easy to step. So, oops. Yeah, you try it on me. So yeah, try it down on 1-2 and down forward 3. Like that, yeah. So it's quite a good move. It's a safe launch. It also is not a bad situation. So it is -9, but because I'm Feng, I have a lot of options. So on block, if you try and jab me after this, I back forward 1,
Okay.
which gives me this.
Is that all guaranteed?
Damage. That's all guaranteed. You can't do anything about that. And if you attempt to get up, so I'll do counter. Oh, actually, I'll do this quickly and then go back to it. Back forward 1, 4-4-3. Oh my god! If you hold back, oops.
Sorry.
If you hold back,
You get a shoulder.
4-3-4.
Oh. You get a full launch.
I get a full launch, yeah. But most people know that situation. It's also very dangerous to go for.
Yeah, because obviously,
yes.
if you whiff it, they could stand up and launch you, right? Because on whiff, it's pretty bad.
Yeah. So down for 3 is a good move. You also use it in conjunction with sidestep 4.
Yep.
They have the same timing.
Okay.
So when you've conditioned people to want to duck, your sidestep 3 is your go-to.
Yeah.
Because it's safe. There's a good situation on block, and you've got and it's a launch. So you're going to get a lot of damage. And it's really good.
Okay.
I'll talk a bit about his lows next, which some of my it's the reason I like Feng so.
Yeah.
They are some of the best in the game. So down 2 is one of my favorite lows. Counter hit gets a free stomp.
That's guaranteed, right?
On hit, yes, that is guaranteed. If I mess it up, you can back roll, I think, and block low. But like it's dangerous to go for that. So yeah, it needs a crouch cancel.
Okay.
So you need to crouch cancel and then sidestep down 3+4.
Oh, down 3+4. Okay.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's guaranteed. If you do it right, they won't get up. So if that'll be unblockable. Yeah, like that.
Okay.
So that'll be free.
That's nuts.
That's very good.
Thank you, too good.
I think it's 21 frames, but it also high crushes. I think on frame 6 or 7. So like that's why his range 0 game is so scary. So because you do 1 into 1/1 or something. Yeah, and then he goes straight down.
Wow, that just highlighted it perfectly, man.
Yeah.
That was nuts.
On hit, the situation is not terrible.
Yeah.
So
what do you do on hit?
There's a lot of things to do. On hit, it's -2 or to 0, depending on range. So if people like to retaliate, you have a lot of options. So you have while standing 4, which will counter hit them and give you a good situation. You have while standing 1, people who like to step. But step the left, sorry. yeah, because his right tracking is not good.
Oh, right, so that's one of his weaknesses, you said.
Yeah. Oh, it is steppable. It's actually. Oh, yeah. I don't use it that much. But yeah, going for moves after is usually dangerous. You want to condition first, so you go down 2 into backdash, back tempo. That's really strong. So try and double jab me after this on hit because you know it's negative. So you're gonna try and jab me out. Oh, I messed up. Sorry. Oh yeah, 1/1. This is too slow. Yeah. So try 1/2.
Oh yeah. Ooh, okay. So well, I mean that's because it's obviously Feng. You've got 1/1, right? Which is
it goes so far, yeah. But you've also got. I really like this sort of wall. I started using this. This is like Korean tech.
Yeah.
Is down 2 on hit. It's down jab. And if that hits and you hold forward, you are actually standing. I can go straight to down back 3.
What? Really?
Yes. Yeah. So I go down 2, down 1, forward, down back 3. That's no crouch cancel. I keep all my plus frames. It's not interruptible. So
that's
sick. There's so many options. Yeah. So if you see it here, and even on block, just back off. But using it too much, it's a down jab. It's dangerous to throw out, like that. But like if you have a reader on high retaliation or slow mid, it's gonna win both times because you're only -2. So that's really it is.
Okay,
it is
yeah, you're right. So if you're dick jabbing, then you just mash down back 3. It doesn't work. But man,
exactly.
Yo, that's sick. I like that tech. That's some good tech. That's just general.
It works
Tekken
on all
tech.
characters as well.
Yeah, general Tekken tech. That's pretty good. I like that. Okay.
I'll let you kill me here. So yeah, down 2 is really good on hit and.
Yeah.
And it's probably my favorite low poke in the game. And my second favorite low poke in the game is down back 3. So this is launch punishable on block. It's -15. But the reason that launch punishable on block is on hit, it's +5. So this is not interruptible and not steppable on P2. So yeah, you try and step this on P2, you can't. Actually, I think on both. I'll kill you. Oh yeah, so try. Yeah, you do it to me. So yeah. Yeah. So while standing forward is not steppable at all, unless I think it's Lily. I think Lily is one of the other characters. Maybe Alyssa can step while standing forward there.
So character specific, you can you might be able to step it, but for the most part,
but usually no. And the thing about it is, if you try and challenge, and I hit while standing 4, I get challenge with a button. Sorry, I get that massive knockdown, which is really good for Feng because I can walk forward 50-50. So if I've conditioned you not to press anything after I hit that while standing 4, it's really, really good. So yeah, you have to dash forward. So you have to first cause hesitation. So once you cause hesitation after that, well, by frame trapping, or you do down forward 3+4, or you frame trap after it, people are going to start respecting it after they challenge, and then you can walk forward 50-50, which is really strong. It's the same as with down forward 1. It's got the same counter hit animation.
Oh, true.
That's very So they both have the same kind of situation.
Oh, I thought so. So you don't actually get anything from it, but it puts you in like
free. So yeah. So so it looks like you get something for free. Like, even when new players like are in the combo thing, or in practice mode, it looks like it's free.
Yeah.
But nothing's free. It's fake frames pretty much.
Similar to well, I mean, Steve's is actually a guard break, but like Dragunov's down 2 on hit. Oh, counter hit, right? Yeah. Where it's like +10, but you'd be like,
but it's no jab is straight. Yeah, it's kind of like that.
Okay.
I think it gives you something like 20+ frames. So it's like a lot. It is a lot.
Yeah, so it gives you like a specific animation, but obviously just doesn't allow you to like actually get anything.
Yeah.
Okay,
and the situation for you is really good.
Okay.
Down 4 is another one of his really good low pokes. It's the one with it's got a mid extension that's only -10.
Yeah.
It's a good round ender. But down 4 by itself on hit is only 0. And 0 for Feng is pretty much your best situation because any retaliation that doesn't high crush, you get massive damage. So try retaliate after this.
Oh, wait.
Even
you still get something.
Yeah, because of Tekken 7, the way Tekken 7 works, they buff Feng like every time you're at a 0 situation, pressing a button is scary. Yeah. You get massive damage. Down 4 is really good because it sets up this situation.
Right.
And it's also your Feng.
It is an annoying low poke, I know, versing
it's annoying. It's forward momentum. It leaves him at the perfect range, and it leaves him at 0. So the low damage is bad. But the thing is,
it doesn't do a lot of damage.
It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like a jab. I think it does the same as a jab. Yeah, 7 damage. It does jab damage. But because you're here in this situation, Feng's got so many options. So there you got upward 2, you got back 1, you've got back 4 to stop stepping.
Yeah.
You've got down back 3, which also I was talking about down back 3. This move is unsteppable.
Unsteppable completely?
This is not completely. Basically, it's Dragunov down 2, except it's -15 on block and it leaves both a crouch.
Okay.
But it's
so if you're already off axis, say I'm off axis.
So off axis, this is the only time that it whips. But say I'm -9, right, and you try and walk one way. You can't. I'm -9.
I was already off axis. Oh.
So yeah, okay. -9 is basically that's it. 0, this is not going to be stepped ever. Sorry.
Yeah.
Yeah. You can't be stepped. It's so good. So this is again another reason why people defend against Feng do try step left up, because it covers back 1 and down back 3. So you step and then the low is slower than the high, so you're gonna duck it. So if I do 1, 2 down back 3, you want to step left, duck, and then you confirm into launch punish.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. But if people start waiting for it, because that's what they know what to do when they defend. This is when. So if I do 1, 2, I'm in your face now. I can do what I want.
All right, because then you're putting pressure on them, right? Like
there's pressure because they're forced to step and duck because they don't want to get hit by this move. That's when you start getting in their face, and especially if the key is if someone stands still, that's your best situation because now it's time to 50-50.
Right, and you said Feng is obviously one of those characters that have like a very strong sort of 50-50
It's a very strong 50-50, but it is it's good at a wall, in the open, you have to condition to use it. So you can't just be throwing out sidestep 4, right? Because like, people are just going to be backdashing you.
Yeah.
So try and backdash like after this. Even if it hits, I can't knock you down.
Right.
Same thing. If I do sidestep down forward 3, I'm going to whip completely. This move, sidestep 1+2, might hit. Might be blocked, but like it leaves you too far away to really do much.
Yeah.
At least in the open, at a wall, this move is much.
Right. So essentially, what you're trying to do, and this is what I wanted to talk about as well, just before we start moving into analyzing some top level things, is essentially that your game plan of attack. What would you do in terms of like offense and defense? Like how should you be playing? Because obviously you've gone through some of his good moves. You've explained he has good 50/50s, but you've also explained conditioning and stuff like that. So how would you go ahead and actually create an offense or create a defense?
So there's a lot of ways to approach the thing. You've got while standing 1, which is -1. That's really good. You've got your basic range 0 mix-ups there. You've got quarter circle forward 1. Quarter circle forward 1 is semi-reactable, but the thing is, the animation looks exactly the same as quarter circle forward 2. So people that have good enough reaction to duck this are sometimes gonna be trying to duck this move.
Right.
Which is
can either of you can either of them be stepped at all?
Yes, they can both be step left.
Okay.
So you wanna. The thing about while standing 1 is you want this move blocked and not to hit, because you want the 0 situation. The -1 situation. If this hits, you're at +6. People don't really want to press anything, and the reason that you want people, people are usually going to take backdash as an option, and you don't really want that. You want people to start contesting you. So -1, you jab.
Right. Yeah.
Like down 2, stuff like that. While staying 1 is a pretty good approach tool. It's a bit linear. Stepping to the left is easy.
Yeah.
But it's one way. You've got dash in jabs, which I explained before. His jab game is incredible.
Yeah, absolutely. You mentioned doing 1-2, 1-1, 1-3, just
Yeah.
stuff to sort of allow you to create pressure, I guess, to push somebody back towards a wall. You've also got the ability of going 1, then doing a low, so 1 down back 3, 1 down 2, things like that to essentially allow you to continue pushing somebody back. And as you mentioned, the Feng's strongest area of fighting is really with the opponent's back against their wall, right? Like you essentially be able to 50/50 them at all times at that point, right?
Pretty much, because they can't backdash out, so they're always waiting for it, and they're always scared of it.
Right. So for example, it's if I was to be back here, you've pressured me into this wall now. So this is your strongest mix-up. Why is this your strongest mix-up?
So I've got this move, which is difficult to step at the wall. It's pretty easy to step in the open, but at the wall, this on block is +5, and it leaves you in crouch. So people retaliating, they don't really want to, especially on hit as well. Yeah. And after you've used something like this is +1, +5, and it leaves you in crouch, you can start walking forward, and then 50/50. And the thing is, Feng's 50/50 is scary at a wall because you can always change the timing of your sidestep 4, and this is really important. So you've got the fastest, like that. So this is the fastest sidestep 4, and people, as soon as they see the sidestep, they like to duck. And you've got sidestep down 4-3 at the same time.
Yeah.
But the thing about Feng is you can sidestep, and so if you condition people, this is how you've been doing it at a wall.
It's really ducking, quick, right?
But people like to get up. So people like to duck, get up. They like to do a little fuzzy. So you've got sidestep, and then you delay it max. You delay it for ages.
Yeah, I just noticed that. You step
really gets
almost completely finished.
Yeah. So it looks like you stop, and then you go.
Pretty crazy.
You do that with a lot of sidestep. So that is really scary at a wall. And he's got good damage off it as well. I think at a wall you get 3/3 delay 4.
Yeah.
Which is 54 damage. Oops. Yeah. So yeah, try it on me. So 3/3 delay 4 max. There. 54
Dude, man,
damage.
that's
and the
heaps.
situation is good. Yeah.
So step 4 on its own, like out in the open, is obviously not fantastic.
It's not great. It's decent for keep out, like high crush keep out. So if you expect to push with a high on a timing, by step 4, and you can catch them. If this counter hits, no matter what range, it's going to give you the launch. That's the good thing about it. So get counter hit, side step 4. Oh. So if you start backdashing right after hit. See that? The counter hit is
so instead of how it was before, like,
where it does that little yeah.
Right. You get a full counter hit from there. Even on clean like close hit, like you don't really get it that much.
It's a good move. It's dangerous to throw out. People are always looking for it, but it's really good.
Okay, cool.
Other approach tools. So you've got down forward 1. I haven't really talked about this much. This is also really good. Thing. This is 14 frame down forward 1, but it's 0 on block, which also gives you the perfect situation for a Feng player. You've got all your mind games up to down forward 1 on block.
Yeah, I do remember you hitting me a lot with that actually, back in the day.
So yeah.
So down forward 1 into like back 1, down forward 1 into back 4 and
back
stuff.
Forward.
So essentially,
down 2,
anything that you would follow a jab with, you could do the same sort of thing.
Yeah, pretty much. So yeah, -1 to -2 I think is Feng's perfect, or -1 to 0 is perfect frame advantage at this range, because back 1 pretty much beats all mids.
Yeah.
And like people want to contest you, and that's great because Feng's counter hit tools are ridiculous.
Yeah. Well, obviously we've seen counter hit back 1, counter hit side step 4, all giving you a good amount of damage off of just like a single move. Like even that, like that's a good chunk of life. Even if you mess up an input, like it's enough for somebody to be like, man, that was a good hit to me.
Yeah.
Same with counter hit back 1, right? Counter hit back 1, like huge thing, man. Like
it's like 40 plus damage. It's a lot.
It's a good amount of damage for a lot of the I guess a lot of just a little bit of movement or execution. Like it's not too bad as long as you have these mind games. And I think, as you were saying, like this is pretty much how you create an offense. You just do a lot of jab checks, stuff to essentially get the person not pressing buttons. And then and then once they've started pressing buttons, or once they're trying to like start panicking because their back is against the wall, that's when you now have free free reign, right?
Yeah, free reign. Yeah, exactly. You do whatever you want.
That's crazy. Super strong.
Another move that I'm exploring more is down back 1. So down back 1 has lots of extensions. You have down back 1-4, which is a high.
Yep.
So duckable and launchable, but it's only -3 on block. You go down back 1-2, which is I think +8 on hit.
Natural, right? Both of those are natural?
It's natural. It's not hit confirmable though. The only thing is it's not hit confirmable. And yeah, delayable. It won't be natural.
Right.
Yeah. So, but these are good tools because you have access to your Kempo stances after them, and doing it by itself as well. So there's a huge mind game behind here. I won't go into depth about this because there's so much to talk about.
It's like the advanced Tekken guide. Tekken guide,
But this is a move that I haven't really fully developed yet in my game.
Right.
But it's good.
Okay.
There's a lot, like Feng still has a lot more moves. Like he has a lot of different moves that you can talk about and have different situations. But those ones I think are the best ones, or the ones that you want to focus on for now.
Yeah. Okay. So you have a lot of in terms of what we've just spoken about. Obviously, you've got your jabs, you've got your down forward 1, back 4 is really good. What I think it's called fish hook or something like that, where it just like comes around the right side. You got your lows. Like Feng has a really good offense. But just saying, like in terms of defense, I guess all you need to do is like start a jab string, and I guess you're pretty much out of a defensive position at that point, right? So it's obviously like a really strong sort of character to have that, and I guess what better way for us to essentially demonstrate this is by watching some of the best Feng play. Oh, I went to Tekken Bowl. God damn. Some of the best Tekken players in the world. So let me set this up quickly, just so I've got it. But we have. Where are these ones? Okay, so you've given me a couple of videos here that I want to actually go through. And I'll also share my screen. This should work now because it's not horrible. On screen share. This screen.
Oh, yep. Great.
Cool. That working?
Yes. So I've got a couple timestamps if you want to watch the whole thing, or you want to just jump to the.
Yeah. Well,
stuff
I'll
that
jump. I'll jump to the
I'm gonna talk
timestamp. So.
All right.
Give me a
So the
sec.
first one is 117.
117. Okay. Let's
Yep.
have a look. So I'll go a little bit earlier. So this is 113 or so.
Yep. So you see them playing neutral. I haven't really talked about back tempo stance yet, but here is how you use it on neutral in timing. You see that?
Right, yeah.
Back tempo stance into launch. That is really important, especially for characters with approach tools like that. So Dragonov, running 2. You've got Feng while standing 1. You've got Kazumi running 2. You got moves that put them really far forward. Feng is so evasive with that tempo stance. You can go back, then confirm the whiff, and you have to choose the option after it.
Yeah.
So that is difficult to do, but it's
that
it's
looked
really,
like he went through and knee. So this is knee playing Feng, right?
This
so,
is me playing Feng.
Yeah. So going back, you can see here that he sort of like he goes in and he attempts to decide what he wants to do after the thing, right? Which is pretty crazy.
Yeah. So you have moves out of back tempo which will launch as well, and you have to choose the right one. So sometimes people will whiff a low, and if you do back tempo, you see the whiff and you do the high, you're gonna get launched for it.
Yeah.
Because it leaves them in crouch and they can see that.
Right. Yeah.
So you want to whiff punish with either the low or the mid, which is slower. So you have to know what move you're looking for, and you have to whiff punish it properly.
Correctly. Yeah.
So it is difficult stance. It's very, very in depth. There's like so many situations that character specific that it's used for. It's like ridiculously deep mind game, and I think that's why if you want to be a really good Feng player, it's kind of like a character specialist thing. You have to know all these situations.
Yeah, you have to know situational options. Like if some
Yeah.
back in this, like Dragonov whiffs running 2, right? Because of the back tempo stance. So Knee could have done the sweep.
He could have done back tempo 3.
Yeah, could have done that's the
which is
launch, right?
also- Yeah.
Yeah. Could have done that, but then
because it's such a huge launch.
yeah.
So just Dragonov running 2's got such a big whip animation. Knee had time to get out of the stance and then launch with a regular move, which you could actually you can do that with jabs as well if something is less bad on whiff.
Yeah.
But like there's just a million things to do, and I won't go all.
Yeah.
just
It's
the
obviously just
application
one of those
back
things
tempos.
where you
Yeah.
you have to think about it like as you're actually going. So what's the next timestamp that we've got?
1:30, minute 30.
1:30? Oh, okay, so
Yep.
this is pretty much where we are at the moment.
Oh, okay,
I'll bring it
yeah.
back. Bring it back
go
just
back a
after
bit,
this
yeah.
thing. Yeah. Okay, so one minute
here-
30. So this is about it. The start of the round.
Yeah. So the start of this round here, you see, he goes for quarter circle forward 2.
Yep.
And because Knee JDCR is not ducking because he sees the animation. If you keep going,
Yeah.
he's going to start using quarter circle forward 1 now because he's going to take it as a free low poke because he knows JDCR doesn't want to take the risk of ducking quarter circle forward 2.
Right.
Oh, but yeah, see, the mind game is there. And JDCR
Yeah.
blocks
So
that
he's
part.
able to he's able to actually
Yeah.
adjust, but obviously
So
this is the top
it's
level play, right?
reactable,
So
but,
people can't
yeah.
do it, but obviously
But
that's
telling the difference between them is almost impossible. I think honestly, JDCR is guessing. He's mind gaming with the quarter circle forward 2 and quarter circle forward 1.
yeah.
On reaction. So like because these guys are such top level, it's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Absolutely. Okay. So just just quickly go back. Obviously, the start of the round, like there's a couple of quarter circle forward 2s, and then a
Yeah.
quarter circle forward 1
And
goes
then he
in there
goes
as
quarter
well.
circle. That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Something that I wanted to show, it was hard to find, but it was good I found it in this game, is why Feng's throw game is pretty bad. If you go to 7 minutes, his throw game, so he only has one command throw, and the Oki off it is almost non-existent, and I'll show you why. So if you go to 7 minutes 50,
750. Okay, I'll go back a little bit beforehand. So I'll go 730. We'll talk about it. So why is Feng's throw game bad?
well, I'll show you in this clip. So JDCR is going to get hit by a down forward 1+2 throw, and then watch what he does afterwards.
See that Kimbo step just to get out of range.
This should be. There we
So
go.
here, he breaks that, and he gets thrown.
Yep.
JDCR holds forward here. See how he rolls up?
Yeah.
Nothing hits. Nothing Feng does will hit. He has to chase you, and even then, nothing is guaranteed.
Okay, so you can't get a
after
down back
you-
3 or anything like that anymore, or
No, nothing will hit.
Wow.
Maybe at a wall in that situation, maybe.
Yeah.
But you like 90% of the time, you're never going to get anything.
okay,
And that's why his throw game is not that good. His back turn
Right.
throw is good. That gives you good OP, and that does a chunk of damage. I didn't really talk about back turn, but
yeah. I mean that's
But yeah,
again advanced tech. Like once you become a
Yeah.
character specialist or Feng, once you've decided to pick up this character,
you can you don't need to explore back turn until you kind of want to get more into the character. It's also sort of gimmicky, but just for conditioning. It's also what was I going to say? Oh yeah, it's people like to rely on it sometimes, and that's just not a good idea.
yeah.
It's good, but it's not incredible. It's
Right.
good at a wall as well, and I
Right,
think
right.
for tournament using it is good as well because someone has to make a decision in the clutch really
Yeah,
quickly, and
absolutely.
you're forcing this situation. So it's really it is powerful in tournament as well. I think.
Yeah. So you can sort of like I guess throw people off by being a back turn and sort of confusing them about what you want to actually do.
Yeah.
in
Also,
that
just going back turn and doing nothing is also scary. Or going back turn and then turning around and dashing in their face is also scary. Like there's a lot. It can cause hesitation, and that's great.
It's
Yeah,
definitely
that's all I
one of
really want to show from.
Okay, cool.
This clip.
And you've given me a
Yeah.
second video here that will quickly.
Yep.
I'll sort this out. All right. So what? Give us a quick heads up about who's in this video. What this video is.
So this is Nobi playing Feng versus Take's Kazumi.
Ooh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so Nobi I think always plays Feng against Take, or at least he did it on HN.
I think it's just because they
and I
like he's so
understand,
used to his
yeah.
Dragon Oven and everything like that, right? So
Yeah.
you'd want a bit of. A
And
different
I
character.
I like this match. I think it's pretty even, but I do like this match.
Okay.
I play this match a lot because we have 2 Kazumi players in Sydney.
Yeah, of
And I
course.
know this match really well. I know it from both sides as well. And this is it's actually a really interesting matchup.
Okay.
But so yeah, the first timestamp I have is 1:15.
1:15.
Yeah.
Okay, this is 15 seconds beforehand. What are we talking about at 1:15?
So we're going to talk about just the situation that we talked about before, which is down 2 into backdash back tempo. So we'll watch this at like super high play after conditioning. So you'll watch, he does down 2. You see he does while standing 4, he gets counter hit.
Yeah.
So he sees that, and so he's remembering this straight away. So again, he goes for another down 2, backdash back tempo, and see there he did down forward 1-2, but it's still whiffed.
Yeah.
And he's still got a whiff there. So he was expecting another counter hit 4.
Right.
Or
yeah,
a jab, something as kick out. But
something
in-
there. So obviously
Yeah.
to utilize the back tempo as we talked
Exactly,
about
yeah.
one of Feng's stances. Okay. Yeah. So he did the down 2 and then back tempo. Okay.
Yep.
I mean it even then like it could have been a game changer then. Like it could have actually had
Yeah.
him come around and bring that back because he knocked down Kazumi as well.
That's right. Yeah.
So he gets hit there after
It's
the
really
the down
powerful.
2, yeah.
And
then,
usually he gets a free shoulder after on hit, but in this situation they both got knocked down, so he didn't get it.
what
But
did
it's
he-
just a good way to show.
Oh boy.
So yeah, he finished down forward 1-2. So the down forward
Yeah.
1 whiffed.
Yeah.
And
So if he didn't
straight.
fix the down forward 1-2, would have
It would have
hit
whiff
him.
punished.
Yeah,
It
yeah,
would've
yeah.
whiff
Okay, cool. Nice. Okay, cool.
The next situation is actually right here. Just
Right.
more back tempo neutral. So he uses
Yep.
it there on timing, checks, does it again, walks forward. Back tempo here with punish.
There you
Like
go.
that.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
So then
it's
obviously,
good that people's approach timing.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, if somebody runs in, tries to do a move, back tempo is evasive enough
Yep.
that it prevents it causes them to whiff something that would normally not. Like that was a down 3. Normally you wouldn't, like, even if you were trying to
Yeah.
backdash, you would probably still get hit by it. But because back tempo
Yeah.
moves back so far, obviously prevented that from actually happening and caused a huge whiff.
Yeah,
giving
exactly.
Nobi some damage. Okay, cool. That's cool. What about I see this next timestamp 2:55.
Yeah. So it's just a little bit about his 50-50 at all.
Okay, cool.
This is, Nobi uses this here.
Okay, this is 2:40 at the moment, so
Yeah, so
I think
it'll be a little bit
2:55
after this.
is just after the round
But
start.
so, yeah. So, Feng actually at a wall, he gets a mini combo off the back turn 1+2. If you have rage drive, you actually get 75 damage, but they don't use it here. So here he goes into back turn, 1+2, 1+2, down 4. That's all guaranteed. Yeah.
Wow. Okay. So what you're saying is obviously even in back in back turn, right? Like you
So
have
in back
to
turn,
be...
he's got another 50-50. Yeah, he's got down 3, which combo, and he's got back 1+2 into 1+2 again, down 4, which is really easy to do. It's like this easy, safe option. You can also turn around, do down 4, 1+2 for better Oki. And if you have rage drive, the timing's a bit tight, but you turn around, rage drive, it'll give you a resplat, and you get 1-3 shoulder again, which is massive. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
So
obviously, as you said, 50-50 game for Feng is obviously one of the biggest things.
It's really
right?
good.
So,
yeah. It's not something you should rely on, but it's something that's there and something that people have to look for.
Yeah, of course. Okay. 4 minutes, you said, is the next timestamp.
Yep.
Which is the start of this second game.
The start of this round, yeah. So if you've watched before, he's been conditioning with forward 4 back. But see here, he finishes it.
Okay,
and
right.
He catches the approach.
Yeah, so you're not wrong.
Yep.
Like I think we saw it earlier. He would do forward 4 into back. But
And
this
then
is the first time
he's
he's
been doing that
decided
all
to...
game.
Yeah.
The first time, forward 4-3, it hits because Take's going to try and running 2 to punish or something like that.
Yeah. Something to approach, really. Yeah. Okay, wow.
And so that's why Feng is so good defensively in neutral. Like he makes people scared to approach him in neutral. He makes people scared at range 0 to press anything.
Yeah.
And it's really powerful.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. He definitely seems like quite a strong character. Has a lot of good options, and that's probably why you see a fair few people use him in high level play. Like we've got people in Australia that use him. You've got people in Japan like you, Yamasa Yu.
Yep.
And obviously,
I think Chikoko is probably my favorite Japanese Feng. He's the guy who had a 55 match deathmatch with me.
Wow,
which was like ridiculous.
That's crazy. You've also got
so
Nobby, of course, who uses him. I think Naroma used him against Jack as well.
He does,
against
yes.
Saint, yeah.
That's actually a really favorable matchup for Feng.
Yeah.
Because, the stuff I talked about at range 0, Jack's got an 11 frame jab.
Yeah.
So he can't really contest you. And it's a difficult situation. As soon as you block a jab, it's worse for Feng for Jack than everyone else.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Fair. And you said, I think there's 5:15 is the next one. Max delay.
Yep.
Sidestep 4.
Yeah. So here at 5,
this is pretty much coming
you'll
up
see.
on it.
Yeah. This is so the wall. He'll have wall Oki here, and he does instant sidestep 4. He sees he doesn't get up, and then he does. He does delay sidestep 4 first. He sees that he doesn't get up, and then he does it instantly. So he changed the timing because. So Take wasn't expecting. So max delay sidestep 4, instant sidestep 4.
Yeah.
Like that.
And
that, yeah.
Is that guaranteed?
Changing the timing.
The down 4 or no?
Down 4? No, it shouldn't be. Only if you move on the floor.
Okay. So, yeah. So you max sidestep 4, and then instant sidestep 4 obviously causes him to get hit by it instead.
Yeah, so he hesitated, yeah. Exactly. So,
no,
those
that's
just
huge.
Situations.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. So, I mean, look, that's I mean, you've given me a huge knowledge bank of essentially how to play Feng, right? Like, you've given me a lot of information, not only like offensively but also defensively. I'll just play this video in the background just so we've got something going. But you've given me like I guess all of the offensive tactics, right? You do any time that I should be versing a Feng. If I'm getting pressured with jabs, I know not to press a button. But then I also have to try and figure out how to get out of that as well. Like,
exactly. Yeah.
And
so being at range 0 is great. It's perfect for you.
It's great. It's great for Feng, right? So if you're Feng, you can literally be at range 0 right up in somebody's face and have all of the advantages of that entire match. But if you're trying to not be Feng, like if you're defending against Feng, you want to try and get out of range 0. I think somebody's told me previously that Feng is good at extreme close ranges, as you see here at range 0, just so you've obviously got all of that pressure that we've been talking about. But you've also got, I mean, we talked about it before, forward 3-4, right? Or forward...
Yes.
Yeah, forward 3-4. The launch, right? Which is what, range 2 also? Like you can be at a pretty decent distance away from people and still hit that, and then eventually, like as soon as you've knocked them down, guess what? You're back at range 0 again. So, while we're watching this, what would be the ideal way to verse a Feng? So if your opponent is Feng and they're trying to essentially be in that, have those favorable advantages, where would you want to be?
So the way that you defend against high level Feng, well, first you check with sidestep left duck and you see if they're waiting or if they're pressing.
Yeah.
And you're punishing, what they're doing wrong. But once the Feng sees that you're doing that and he starts moving forward, you kind of have to mind game in there, and then you actually sort of have to get out of that situation by either pressing something or just you have got to run away. You've got to just keep backdashing and let him poke you and just hold it.
Okay.
So it is a difficult situation to defend against, but it's definitely doable. And Koreans do it so well. Like they'll
be able to. Yeah, absolutely. No, I think what you mentioned. So being able to defend against the Feng isn't necessarily defending, more so than trying to understand what your opponent is doing. Decide when your opponent is going to be doing 1-3, or decide if he's going to do jab into down back 3. Like if you can read somebody's timing, I think Feng is a great character to sort of showcase timing, which I'll be talking about on another episode. It's a huge thing in this game, is knowing when to actually press a button and knowing when to defend and move away. And I think in this situation, like, Feng is a huge character. Feng has a huge advantage in being able to do that because he's got all of these tools. He's got all of these tools to be able to pressure with jabs, just single 10-frame jabs, which is obviously the fastest move that you can get in this game. You've got really good low pokes, like down 4 you spoke about before. You've got down back 3 for a long-range low poke as well. And you've also got not even pokes, like you've got sidestep pokes as well. Like there's a bunch of other things that you can essentially do.
50-50.
Yeah. To sort of, I guess, get into that and actually, like, I guess, figure out how to beat the Feng opponent. But the thing is, you can't just assume that you're going to be, able to do it. Like, you have to guess what your opponent is doing before more than anything, and trying to defend against that. So I guess at a lower level, it won't be too bad. You can sidestep left duck.
Yeah, if you sidestep left duck at lower level, you'll probably just never lose to a low-level Feng because they won't understand what you're doing. They're not going to be able to adapt to what you're doing.
Yeah, of course.
And it's, but like they'll do stuff like they might start sidestep down forward 3 like randomly because they just want 50-50 you.
Yeah, or they might do like a back 4 or something, like jab back 4 or something like that in order to
so backdash and mixed up backdash and duck versus a bad Feng, and like you can't lose. It's really.
Yeah, of course. But then obviously, if as they get higher and higher, they'll be trying to adapt, and I guess
they'll start adapting too.
Yeah, like at high level, all you need to do is try and adapt to their adaptation. But then obviously that just comes down to who's the better player, more so. More than anything.
Yeah.
Oh, cool. Well, that's super good, man. That's so much information for me. It's going to help me, I guess, me, along with obviously anyone else that happened to be watching, learn how to play Feng, and even just a little bit on how to actually defend against Feng, as you said, sidestep left, and sort of just try and stay out of his optimal range. I think it's easier to defend against longer range Feng in comparison to closer range Feng, because if you're not doing anything, you're just waiting for them to either do a down back 3 or a forward 3 to sort of try and check you. But if you have good spacing, you might be able to cause whiffs and be able to punish all of that.
It is sort of difficult to approach some people as Feng. But
Yeah. As you said, obviously it comes down to like changing up your timing and everything like that, which we'll talk about later on.
So, but all the high level stuff.
Yeah, higher level sort of know already, like timing is obviously the key at this point, so being able to defend against that. But with this situation where we're trying to, I guess, figure out how to defend against Feng, or not even low level, but like sort of just intermediate, somebody picking up the game, picking up Feng and going, cool, this is exactly how this is what I should do in order to play Feng. I should use a lot of jabs, I should try to press a lot of buttons, because if I see that my opponent is trying to, I guess, counter me by pressing buttons, all I need to do is do a back 1 or a down forward 3 or a sidestep 4 or something like that to sort of get them checked, so then that way they won't press buttons.
As a Feng player, you always want to think ahead. So you want to do a move, it's blocked, you want to have something ready for what they're going to do next. That's really important.
Yeah. So you want to, I guess, in the early rounds, you want to create your offense early, so that way you can find out what your opponent is going to be doing, and then that way, you can then decide how you want to actually play that game. So maybe round 1, maybe even half of round 2 sort of thing. You press a lot of buttons. You jab, you do 1-3,
Exactly.
1 down
and
2.
then so once you've started like that and when you start going in and then doing nothing, it's really scary.
Yeah, because
That
obviously
is,
then
that is like the scare. Yeah.
yeah, that's the timing side of things where will you press
People,
a button first, or will you press back 1 to counter hit them and get a good amount of damage? Like,
Yeah.
what are they going to
So
do?
that people start waiting and then you just keep going. That's
Yeah,
really good.
yeah, definitely. Well, cool. No, I appreciate your time, Rek. We'll call it there. I mean, it's just
Yeah,
over
no
an hour,
worries,
which is actually quite good. You've taught me a lot about Feng. You've not only taught me about Feng, but again, like I think it's going to help me in the long run, and hopefully other people to be able to defend as well as play Feng if they want to pick them up. Obviously,
Yeah,
we
for sure.
didn't go into everything that we could have, but I mean, look, Tekken is a huge game, right? If we did end up going into everything that we wanted to, we'd be sitting here for 2, maybe 3 hours just going, cool, this is how you use back Kenpo stance or whatever is forward-moving
like
stances, right?
things.
Yeah, there's so many different things that Feng can use. You got transitions where you can go back and then go forward, but you're not actually, like, you're using a different set of moves. You've got your low pokes, you've got everything as well. And yeah, as you said, we talked about Snake Dash for a tiny bit, which is essentially his crouch dash cancels, which allow him to create more pressure. So there's so much stuff that you could talk about Feng. Obviously, I'd love to talk about Feng all day in order to get a really good understanding and sort of like continue moving forward with him. But obviously, it's a little bit difficult with a shorter amount of time. So we might call it there. But yeah, once again, I'd like to thank you, Reck. That was heaps of information. I appreciate it a lot, and hopefully everyone else out there appreciate it as well. Next week we'll probably I'll find another character that we want to go through. We might even talk about timing because it's one of those things that we brought up here this evening. But it's definitely one of those things that does need to be discussed. It's not something that is talked about a lot, and I do want to actually go through and sort of do that. So thanks very much, Reck. I appreciate it. Thanks, Battlecat Bunker, for hosting, and also shout outs to the tournament that's happening in the background as well. You can see
Xanon Feng right here. Actually.
See Xanon. Yeah, actually, no, I can see like his down back threes and stuff going on. So that's sick. So that's heap of good information that we've got there, and obviously at this point, pretty much. I hope everyone enjoyed, and tune in again next week for another edition of Tekken No Higher. Once again, thanks very much, Reck. Peace out.
Great, thank you very much, Gab. See ya.
Well, that's what happens. You start to focus on that ground game and the neutral and the spacing, and then that's when throws become more valuable, even if they're normal throws.